Hello there. Hello and welcome back to another video in shell and navigation um, in Linux introduction. So this time we're gonna know more about the shell in a more advanced way, or a better way, where I show this word or this paper that I made to make it more obvious and easier to read and understand. So this time I'm gonna read what's in front of us and explain what's going on. So as it's saying, the we're gonna talk again about the shell. What's the shell? It's the program that takes commands from the keyboard. Like say it says it understands the word echo, and like that to echo to echo hello. It understands that. So echo hello. It understands that. So it's a program that takes commands like such as echo and clear and all other commands that it understands, and gives the operating system a function or an action to perform. Before that, the in the Unix-like systems like Linux is I don't remember that it's made by Linus Torvalds. It's based upon the Unix operating systems. CLI was used, such as the shell we see in front of us. Before now, but nowadays, GUIs as the main way. We now use the GUI as the main way, like using the mouse to interact with things is the main way we interact with things nowadays. But before we used to type and write. Okay, so it tells us that now we use GI and CLIs, not only CLIs, obviously. Okay, so it tells us in the most of Linux systems, Bash, which there is a Bash, which stands for Born Again Shell, which is an enhanced version of original shell program, SH, the shell written by Steve Wonder. Okay, what's that? Um, this is the shell. Okay, the shell was reborn and was made again to be better, to become in the Linux systems to become way more advanced, way more better for development. That that what makes the Linux systems better than nowadays systems like Windows and like that, for in making in development and in changing and setting what we want exactly from the command line or the shell. So again, what's so another concept and the terminology we're gonna talk about is the terminal. There is a program called the terminal emulator. This is the terminal. Okay, this is a way. It's a something or a program that opens a window and lets you interact with the shell. You see that? That's the terminal. It's this. That's something that lets us interact with the terminal or with the shell. Okay. There is a bunch of there's many types of terminals, like in Linux distributions. Like we can there's like in front of it there's console, xterm, rx, vt, kvt, and xterm and eterm. Some different shapes of and distributions of the terminal, which is used like different versions, like say operating systems has Windows and Linux and like that. this the terminals has different shapes, which is different names like console terms and like that. And like to be exact, terminal is this thing that we interact with. That thing, that black thing that we can close, open, and do to interact with the shell, which is can be which interacts with by using the CLI command line interface in front of us. Okay. How do we start a terminal? So window managers. Okay. Usually have a launch of a terminal from a menu. The programs. Yeah. So there is. Yeah. So there is. Uh, like I'm on a Windows operating system now, but um this is Ubuntu. See, this is Ubuntu. Ubuntu is a term is a distro of Linux, which is not that uh, which is not supposed to work there. So we use something called an emulator or a virtual machine, um, or WSL, so we can interact with the with the or make the another operating system work on our own operating system, such as Linux and Unix and Minix operating systems work on the Windows. So yeah, and we can open here the terminal. Okay. Okay. So there is something it's telling us like we can use the yeah. So CLI interacts with the keyboard, as we understand. On Whereas it's a command line interface, so it understands the commands we do put. Say we say a command like um, help, maybe it understands help, but let's say help me. There's nothing called help me. So again, it's a command that it's something that the Linux must understand and must uh, consider to be something you must know and it must know. It's like a language, a way for you to understand. So you must put a command that the keyboard understands. You can't say just blah, 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 and expect it to understand. You must tell it something that it uh, like the shell understands. So yeah. So yeah, there's a advanced part which is called the sudo. That is clear, using this clear command. Uh, and in this part we're gonna talk about the sudo super user do, which stands to super user do. See this sign, $sign? We call it the prompt. Okay, when you are on the $sign prompt, you are on the axis of a user or a group of users. In this axis, you have limited uh, interaction with the files and the folders and documents and the repositories within your computer or within your or within this operating system, including reading and writing and execution of the files. So when you see the $sign, this indicates that you are now just a normal user, which will make you sometimes unable to do some actions. Like say I want to delete the whole system now. I want to delete the whole system. For that purpose, they made the user the user can be the root. The root is the super user. is the user that is capable of doing anything he wants. And you can know that you are that user, or as called as the root, by changing of that $sign to the hash sign. Okay, so that's when you use sudo this command, and you can go that to that level or layer by using sudo su. Okay, sudo su. What is sudo su? Sudo su is super user do to be a super user. Okay, and this will ask you for the password of your operating system, which is I'm gonna type. Look now what happened. Now instead of the $sign, I have a hash sign. Being in the hash sign gives me the capability of being able to do anything, just anything within my system. That's what makes Linux different. Gives you the possibility to be different users within one operating system. It may be different from the Windows operating system, where you cannot have many partitions within one physical drive, but you can be different users within one operating systems. That's why virtual machines exist. So now I can be capable of doing anything I want, from removing, deleting, copying, cutting of the administrative or important files. So that was the difference between the $sign and the hash sign you can see, which is called again the prompt. I hope you understood what I said, and I'm really happy to hear your comments and to help anyone in need of understanding. Thank you very much for hearing. I would like to give a small function, like a small command, which we're gonna talk about in the next video, which is called ls, which lists the files within the within your file, within your the repository. Okay, we're gonna talk about it in the navigation soon. Thank you everyone for listening, and I wish you a good day. Bye bye.